Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to Let's Talk Stroke. I see you, Amelia. Amelia? Yeah, so I'm sure yes, you're Kristin and I. Welcome to the show. I'm Jerry Wald. I'm your host and stroke survivor. For those of you that are new here, why I started doing this years ago to bring awareness to stroke, TBI, aphasia, brain injury, and also to provide a platform for survivors to share their journeys literally from across the world. Um, and also providing a platform too for um, experts in brain health so they can share their knowledge from literally from across the world and so we can learn more about the brain. Good morning, you guys. Thanks for being here. I appreciate it. And if you have not done it yet, because I see a lot of you guys out there on YouTube, please subscribe to Let's Talk Stroke. And anyway, uh, Kristin Lynn is my guest this morning. She's going to share her amazing journey, what she's been going through, and what she is currently going through. And we'll learn about her story. So I really appreciate that she agreed to be on this show. And but let's go ahead and good morning, and we'll go ahead and just start this show. And again, ask questions, make comments, and don't be shy. So again, let's enjoy and have a great time. All righty. Well, good. I'm so glad you guys are here, and let's bring on our guest. So let's welcome her here, Kristin Lynn.
Woo! Hello, everyone. Hi,
Good.
Amelia. Hi,
Yeah.
Vanessa, and
Yes.
Lynn, and Bruce. Hi, everyone.
Yes. They're all coming out for you to hear your
Yeah.
story and all that. I can't look at that. I can't believe when you have a stroke, things just pop out of your mouth. But
hmm
you have got a lot of fans out there. I mean,
Yes.
I've been watching from yesterday to today, starting to promote this. Wow. Thank you for being here. I really
Thank you
appreciate
for letting me be here.
it.
It's
Look at
exciting.
Yeah. Well, good. Yeah. Me too. I learned all about you and your journey, as you know. Well, I had a stroke.
Yeah.
You had one. Or let's just say before your stroke. Who are you? Who's
Oh,
Kristin before
goodness.
your infamous day?
Well, I was a vet tech and a very, very good vet tech. Um,
Ah,
the clinic that I worked at, I would get the doctor in and out of 12 surgeries in one day, so that way there he could go on his break and everything like that. Um, I've always been an animal lover, and at that point, I definitely loved animals far more than I loved people. That's changed.
yeah.
I do have a lot more respect and compassion for people, and
Yeah.
um, I definitely was a sassy one too before all of it, and that's definitely changed. But um, yeah, I don't miss that person at all though. So
Accepting the new you.
yep, you gotta. And for the first time in my life, I've been able to love myself. So that's a huge accomplishment, a huge victory for me. So yeah.
Wow. Wow. So leading up to your infamous day, your stroke, did you have any head? Because like for me, I had bloody noses. I don't know what you had like leading up to what happened.
Yeah. I did have pretty high blood pressure. It
Oh,
was a constant. I there were times where I was, like 180 over 117, and that was pretty much the only indication that brain aneurysms were growing, because I had 3 brain aneurysms.
wow.
And one did rupture. Thankfully, the other two were caught in time, so um they were all taken care of, and finally I'm at the point where I am brain aneurysm free.
Wow.
So
Wow. So that led up to, like, did you, like, how did you know? Did you fall on the floor? Did like,
I did pass out.
you
I
did?
lost complete consciousness. I was vomiting. I had severe vertigo that day. Um I had my dad call 911. They thought that I might have just had a pinched nerve and that was causing it all. So they did give me medicine for to control the vomiting in the ambulance on the way to the hospital. And that made me feel all better. So I was like, okay, I'm fine. It was just a pinched nerve. That's all it was. And couple hours later, the doctor comes in and tells me you have 3 brain aneurysms and 1 ruptured. It was so scary because my mom had brain aneurysms. She had a brain aneurysm rupture on Christmas Day in 1993. So I did
Mm.
have um knowledge on it, but I definitely thought that it was going to be a death sentence for me when I heard that.
Wow. How old were you?
I was 34 when mine happened. I was 7 when my mom's happened.
Wow.
So, yeah.
No discrimination with
Right.
with the aneurysm or
Mhm.
anything. Wow. Um, yeah, and I appreciate you guys. If you ask questions, that's awesome. Well, I know there was one. There, um, there was a question here, and I thought I
Yeah.
saw it. Good morning, everyone. Um, yeah, you're still sassy, Vanessa. Oh my goodness!
Oh,
Wow.
Vanessa, I love you.
Yeah.
And I so in for the do you get regular CT scans now? Um, I had my last stint put in January of this past year, and I had an angiogram done 6 months after that. Um, and we found that the brain aneurysm was gone. And then I do have to have an MRI and an MRA done in this upcoming January. As long as everything's okay with that, I won't have to have imaging done for 3 years.
Oh, good, good.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I see Kevin here asking you, do you get regular CT scans now?
Yeah. It's just uh the upcoming MRA and MRI to make sure everything's still good. As long as it is, it's going to be pushed to 3 years. And after that 3 year, as long as everything's still good again, it'll be every 5 years that I would get scans done.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Now, did you do you have any deficits now that result of that?
Yeah. I have chronic migraines.
Oh,
I've been on so many medications to try and test out what's going to help the migraines, and nothing has. I'm hoping to get approved for Botox injections soon, and see if that helps. I've heard a lot of good stories about that helping other people.
yeah,
And then I do have partial blindness. That's been the hardest to adjust to. So with both of that combined, I can never be a vet tech again, unfortunately, but I'm okay
right,
with that. Even the government has me listed as fall risk while just walking because of my blindness.
right,
Yeah.
right. Can you
Yeah.
drive?
Yes, I can. I
Oh,
do have limitations on it. I can't drive on highways. I can't drive long distances, and I can never drive at night. But otherwise, I do drive like an old lady now. It's like I got Miss Daisy in the back or something. And I'm totally okay with that. So,
right, right. Um, yeah. Now,
and
if they knew,
um sounds inherited. Yes. So my mom had brain aneurysms And then she also had an aunt that passed away in the 60s from a ruptured brain aneurysm.
Yeah.
So my case is hereditary.
Yeah.
I got my stunning good looks from my mom, so I forgive her for giving me the terrifying genetics with it. So
Wow. So yeah, it's nice that you can drive now.
yeah.
And
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
And what did that? I can't imagine because you have siblings, don't you?
Yes. Yes. I have two sisters and one brother.
Do
And
they?
I'm go ahead.
Oh no, I was going to say, do they get tested or?
Um
Um,
I'm not sure about my brother. I know my oldest sister has gotten tested. And I keep pestering my older sister, like, go get tested, because she deals with headaches too a lot.
yeah.
So it's like, go get tested, just go. And I think she's just maybe afraid of the possible outcome of it, and it's understandable.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. I know my kids. Since my daughter worked at a hospital, they at the hospital they recommended that all my kids get tested. Just
Mhm.
who knows, but yeah. So wow. So you were going to say, I know I interrupted you here.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that I'm the youngest of the family, so um, and I think it goes to show that strokes don't have an age limit on it,
Not at all.
because I was 34, my mom was 39 when her stroke happened, and um,
Similar age.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah,
Wow. So do you have any? I know we talked about like forgetting what we're saying, or
mhm,
that
yeah,
happens to you, I'm sure.
all the time, all the time. It's like my brain doesn't want to fire, but the words are constantly at the tip of my tongue. So I end up saying so many times,
Yeah.
and it's just that's what happened. So
Yeah.
you learn to live with it.
Yeah. That's exactly it.
It does get frustrating though when you're trying to talk and you know what you're trying to say, but your brain's just not at full speed at that time.
Yeah. Exactly. And I know you had your during COVID, right?
Yes,
Oh, how
yes.
was that?
I couldn't have any visitors at all. So of course my dad's, worried sick. Um, and I know that if I could have had visitors, that he would not have left the hospital. He would have had security pull him away from me. So, um, it was, yeah, it was tough. It was while I was still alert and everything, before the surgeries and all of that, I was definitely terrified,
Yeah, had to be.
and it was much scarier having been alone. But I know that, um, oh my goodness, see, it's happening.
Hey, I
I
totally understand.
know, I know. I know that with the state that I was in after my surgeries, I would have gotten uncomfortable with visitors, and it would have made it easier on my dad,
Yeah.
but it would have been not ideal for me at that time, because I was a little spitfire, and I was just trying to sleep all the time. So it's like I would get mad at the nurses for leaving the light on in my room when I'm trying to sleep, and yeah,
Yeah.
so
I understand that.
yeah.
Totally understand that. Um, so yeah, so they're all wearing masks, and the
Yeah,
nurses, whoever's in there. So that had to be a tough time.
it definitely was, and especially with the risk of catching COVID while I was recovering from everything. It's just
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And your surgery, you had a craniotomy.
Mhm.
I don't know if some people here that don't know what a craniotomy is,
Yeah,
maybe you could
it's surgery
talk
on your
about that.
brain.
Yeah,
I have a very pretty long scar on my head that's all the way to my skull.
yeah,
I even have I don't know if it shows up on my camera, but I do have a scar right here too
right?
from they needed control of my carotid artery, so they were inside my neck too at the same time. So,
Yeah, yeah. This is I know I know. So, and it's not great, but every
yeah.
story, all these people that have been on here, they're all they're not the same. They're all
Right.
you're unique. Everybody who's been on, the stories are amazing, and that's why we do this.
Mhm.
For that reason, it's
Right.
um, yeah. So keep going. You've got some. So you had the surgery.
Yeah. I they so I had 3 brain aneurysms at one time and only one had ruptured. That night that I was taken to the hospital, they put coils in an unruptured brain aneurysm because it
Yeah.
was already life threatening. They didn't want me to have 2 ruptures at one time. So that one was coiled. The one on the right side was coiled, and then I had 2 on the left side. The next day they did a craniotomy and they clipped both of the brain aneurysms. Somehow the one clip on the smallest brain aneurysm that hadn't ruptured, that clip slipped and was starting to block my actual artery. I
Wow.
lost all muscle tone on the right side of my body. I was rushed back into surgery. And then at some point, I had a grand mal seizure and stopped breathing on my own. So I was on a ventilator. I don't know. I couldn't tell you how long I was on a ventilator for. But yeah, my neurosurgeon, I always thank him for saving my life, not just once, but twice. So, he's a rock star. He's
Yeah.
the coolest dude ever.
Uh,
So,
yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. You gotta. I know. You gotta just give them so much credit. What they do. Open your brain and just jumping
Mhm.
in there. And so grand mal seizures, because I've had. I'm really good at having seizures because I have a lot.
Oh,
Yeah. But only one or two grand mals. But
yeah.
um, I take seizure medicine. Are you on any kind of meds from
I
all?
so shockingly, I only had that one seizure. I was on 3 different seizure medications for a significant amount of time. And I thankfully don't have to worry about that at all anymore. I had an EKG done, I want to say close to a year after my rupture, and it came back all clear. So,
Right.
oh my goodness, Renee. Hello, girl. Hi, Sparks.
Look, I knew.
I know.
This is awesome. Loving all your friends.
Yeah,
Okay, let's see. This is yeah. Let's see here. This is Amelia.
yeah.
Yeah,
What is
yeah,
a grand mal seizure and how is it different? A grand mal seizure is when your whole entire body, it's what you think about when you hear the word seizure. You're convulsing completely. You're not responsive at all. But there are other seizures that are still um worrisome, but they don't present as the full body tremors and shaking and all of that. I've been tested too for seizures where it just looks like I'm spacing out. Um, but I don't think I've never had one of those. So, um,
yeah. They're
yeah,
they're 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 tough. I mean, I have mostly. I don't have the grand mal. I've had them where you really they you. For me, I after you can tell you're having one, and you pass out,
yeah,
shaking and all that. But the normal seizures that I've had, I start feeling it on my affected side, and
Yeah.
it starts shaking. Like you said, I stand up right away, and it typically my weight there, I put a lot of weight on that side, and it typically goes away.
Yeah.
But not all. They're like little
Mhm.
lightning bolts in your head, and all of a sudden one breaks through.
Yep.
There it is.
Yeah.
But yes,
It's
thank you
awesome
guys for
that
being here. I
yeah,
appreciate it.
thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you all. You guys
yeah,
are all
and
rock
making comments.
stars.
Patricia, nice to see you. Nice to see
Yeah.
everybody. And if you haven't yet subscribed to Let's Talk Stroke on YouTube, because I see a lot of people watching on YouTube. But yeah,
Mhm.
you've had your share of and, okay. How about this one? Because we talked about this too. Because a lot of people don't know what they call it PBA, pseudo-Barbera effect. So I could be, and this we talked about how you got emotional. Sometimes some people just start laughing over nothing, and
Mhm.
I cry over nothing.
Right,
Or
exactly.
right over
Exactly.
nothing or whatever.
And once those tears start to form, there's no stopping it. And you
I,
can't it's like you can't just calm down. It's impossible.
right.
I thankfully have a tiny little dog. She's laying on the floor right now, so I can't show her. But her name is Gypsy. She's the best dog that you could ever ask for. The second that she sees me crying, she comes up and she kisses away every single tear of mine until I stop. So yeah, she's the sweetest.
Nice, so nice.
Yeah.
It's like a service dog
Yeah.
for you.
She is prescribed as my emotional support animal.
Right.
So she's legit. Even though sometimes I think that it's more so that she has more emotions than I do. So
Yeah. I see Sparks commenting here. Oh my God, the emotional stuff from it is horrible.
yes.
That's funny you
Yes.
say that. Yeah. I mean, sometimes if I have 13 grandchildren. One of them, if someone says
13
something or something,
grandchildren?
yes,
You have 13
I
grandchildren?
have
Oh
four
my.
kids. They're all married.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's pretty awesome. But if they, come, they're very, I mean, I
Yeah.
start crying when they come in, like some of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they all, oh, Papa's crying again. Yeah,
Oh
I'm
gosh.
fine. Who cares? Right.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember times where my mom would just start crying for nothing, and I was young, so I was like, "Mommy, mommy, what's wrong?" And she's like, "I don't know." And she would get even more emotional with it, and it's just like,
Yeah.
"Whoa." You know? I do find comfort in knowing that my mom went through this even though she's not here anymore
Right.
to experience it all with me. I do feel like she is living through me though. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. It's so true. But yeah, I'm looking. I know I am blessed, but you're blessed in how things have
Yes.
changed for you. I mean, I don't know what like you said, your passion was being a vet tech,
Mhm.
and uh, and now you can't do it because of your vision has been because of this,
Yeah.
the aneurysm. So, but you have a passion now. You said,
It's my Facebook group.
yeah, that's great. It's like me.
Yes.
I was in banking. That was the best. But then I had
Yes.
a stroke. It went downhill, and
Yeah.
then this. Okay, I don't get paid, but this is my passion. Just to know there's other people out here like me.
Mhm.
I never knew. So if anybody
Right.
doesn't know, a stroke happens every 40 seconds. It's how do you? Wow. Hey,
Yeah.
Robin. But thank you for all these. Yeah, I know this crying stuff is. I had one on. She laughed. She went to a funeral and she just busted
Yeah.
out laughing. And it's how do you control that? Like you said, you can't control yours.
Mhm. It's it's tough.
Yeah,
It's
it,
extremely tough.
it is. It is.
You
Wow.
kind of it's for me too. I've been just this past year, I've been noticing a lot of triggers for me.
Really?
And if I do have the most amazing psychiatrist. She's phenomenal. I'm on the right mental medications too. So it has gotten a little easier, but like I said, once those tears start forming, there's no stopping it.
Right, right.
Yeah.
And it's funny that a lot of people don't, they're a little more embarrassed. I was in the beginning, but it's okay to ask for help.
Mhm. Oh my goodness, BB. Hi, bad boy gamer. That's BB.
Okay. Um, hey, BB, just to let you know, this is actually live on Twitch if you're a gamer.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's funny, but yeah, it is amazing. But yeah, so what kind of, like, besides the vision, do you have any
Yeah.
other deficits? Like your
Short-term
arm?
memory. Yeah, short-term memory problems.
Yeah.
I have chronic migraines. Lately I've been waking up with migraines, so that's like how I start my day.
Oh,
I also have oh my goodness, PTSD. I have emotional anxiety. I've had major depressive disorder basically my whole life, so that has actually gotten better, believe it or not. My depression
good.
has gotten better with
Yeah,
I no longer hate myself. So, yeah. I did
yeah.
see in the chat Sparks had mentioned disability and getting that. It's tough. I fought for 2 years before I was finally
Approved with that.
approved of it. Yeah. And um
Yeah.
I was denied probably I think 3 times before I went to in front of a judge for a hearing, and that was difficult. Oh my goodness. I was all those triggers came up, and I'm trying not to cry while talking to the judge because I want to focus all of my energy on what needs to happen, what they need to be told and stuff like that. And whoo, I was not okay with
Yeah.
that judge hearing. But she did send out my vision records to see what was going on there, and that's when I was labeled as a fall risk while walking. So that's what got me in.
Yeah. Wow. Good for you. I know how that
Yeah.
goes. I mean, you're already fighting a battle now,
Right.
and
Mhm.
and then you have to go deal with that. And then
Right.
are they going to believe
Exactly.
you? It's like it's called an invisible disease. So people look at the
Mhm.
outside. You're
Right.
fine. Oh, you had a
Mhm.
stroke, you had an aneurysm. You don't look like you had one.
Right.
What are you supposed to look like?
Right. You don't look like you're in pain all the time. You're making that up. It's all in your head. That's
Right.
oh my goodness. Yeah, it's all in my head because my head hurts.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Mhm.
Say good morning to Casey. I saw you out there. Thank you. I appreciate you guys being here. Uh, I know, Jocelyn. I know about the disability. It's like it's tough to try to
Mhm.
get through that. I mean, that's
Right.
another thing. But
Right.
wow, wow,
And it's like with Social Security, the offices, they're always like overworked and there's not enough people there. So it's like if you guys don't want to give me disability, then let me work for the cause behind it, like let me work for your offices
yeah.
and
And there's like 1,000 people
mhm.
waiting.
Mhm. Exactly.
Yeah,
It just it's a
yeah,
headache in itself. So
yeah. Exactly.
it's a major headache dealing with that.
It- terrible. I mean,
Yeah.
but you finally got it, which
Right, right. And
thank God.
I
I
am
know.
praying to anyone who is fighting for disability. I sincerely hope that you're approved
Yeah,
soon. So, cuz that's one less stress to worry about.
yeah. Absolutely. It's so difficult. I know. That's another battle. Start with the aneurysms. That's enough to deal with.
Mhm.
So um,
Move to Canada. Oh, if it was that easy.
yeah,
You have
yeah.
to have money to move and you don't have it. So,
Exactly. Exactly. Um, yeah, there's a okay, Sparks. Okay, you're waiting for your court date. That's pray for you there, Sparks, because that's
Please don't get discouraged by
no.
my story on how scary the judge was, because she has a reputation in my state for being cold-blooded. So
No wonder you
that's
were
not every
scared.
judge.
Yeah,
So yeah,
yeah. There are some nice ones.
yeah, they are.
Yeah.
It was a huge shock to my lawyer that she approved me, because she rarely does.
Wow.
And I must have struck a nerve with her at some point and she didn't let it show. But to send out my medical records to more specialists that work with the government and get their view on things. Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. I mean, so what do you people that are going through it? Everybody's different going through this. So what would you tell somebody that there are a lot of newbies, and
Yeah. Yeah.
depressed, you're going through this. I remember the day of mine, and oh my gosh, life was over. So
Yeah.
what would you advise for somebody that's going through this?
I would tell them, number one, don't ever think that you are a burden to your loved ones and your caregivers, because at one point in my life I was a caregiver for my mom, and never in the 27 years after her brain aneurysm did I ever feel that she was a burden. Number 2 would be to say goodbye to the person you were, in a good way. Embrace who you're going to become, work on yourself to be that person that you've always wanted to be, because you get a fresh start.
Yeah.
And don't be discouraged by all of the changes. There's going to be plenty of changes, but you've gotten through worse. Gonna you're strong enough to get through anything.
Right.
It would be my um it's tough, but it's worth it.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
No, no kidding. So did you to back up a little? Did you go through therapy and all that, like physical or occupational
Yes,
like that?
yes, and it was incredible. I went through physical therapy, occupational therapy, and then speech therapy. The speech therapy, it didn't last too long, because there's like nothing that they can do about your brain not keeping up um with what your mouth is trying to say. So um and what was I going to say? Oh my goodness. Oh yeah, so I did go through physical therapy. It was exciting because they pushed me. They were like, by the time we're done with this, you're not going to need your walker. And yeah, because I had to learn how to walk, talk, and feed myself all over again. But I remember the days when I would use my walker less and less and less until I was completely done with it.
Right.
And it was such an amazing feeling, such an amazing accomplishment. And that's something else that we all do. We appreciate the small things,
Yeah.
and we have tight, what other people would see as a small victory.
Yeah.
It's huge for us.
Yeah.
And
Totally.
yeah, you got to look forward to those and push to make them happen, and um just keep up. So yeah, I was in all of that therapy and stuff, and I am still in therapy for mental my mentality, keeping it up.
Yeah. And there's two things I want to say because I'll say them together because they probably make no sense because otherwise I'll forget. Falls and something else. I just forgot. But have you had any falls?
I've fallen, I think, twice um in the past 4 years that this has happened. It's very, like, stairs are my number one arch nemesis. I hate dealing with stairs because of my blindness. It's hard. It's tricky. But I take my time with everything now,
Yeah.
and I don't get discouraged by that. It's going to take me however long it takes me to get one simple thing done, and as long as I get it done, who cares? So
Yeah. Exactly. And mentioned falls. When I my falls are in slow motion. I mean, I don't know if you have a brain injury. I bet everybody has it. You feel like you're falling and it's slow
Mhm.
motion. You know you're going to hit, or you're gonna,
Mhm.
So I don't encourage falling because I broke
Yeah.
my hip
Oh
once
my
doing that.
goodness.
Not fun.
Not
That
yeah, don't do that anymore.
was, I know, but like you
Not
said,
allowed.
walk slowly or just take your
Yes.
time getting there or whatever. Because it's
Mhm.
I used to be the one go. We got to go, go,
Right,
go, and
right. Mhm.
it's still talk a little um, like this, like
Yeah, yeah.
you
It's
understand.
difficult. It's fine. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
difficult, but it gives us character. So,
yeah, absolutely.
yeah.
Oh, that's what I was going to say.
Yes.
I'm really proud of you because most people, not most, but some people are scared and they're embarrassed. They don't want to um, ask for help. You have a psychiatrist or somebody.
Mhm.
It's okay to ask for help. I
Yeah,
mean, it helped
definitely.
you. You don't want to tell anybody. And now you said it. There's a lot of people from around the world. I saw people here from Finland here and all over. And so it's okay to ask for help. Some people
Yeah.
won't do that.
Yeah. Um and I'm still like trying to wrap my head around the fact that this all happened to me, but at the
Right.
same time, I do consider it to be one of the best things to ever happen to me because I'm becoming the person that I've always wanted to be, and
Right.
I love myself. I have so much compassion for others, and um I did start my own Facebook group last year. We're currently at 20 2,100 members strong, and
That's awesome.
yeah, yeah. And like my mom, she didn't really talk about uh what happened to her, or how she was feeling day to day or anything like that. She would tell us when she was in pain. um but I feel that with my Facebook group, I'm letting I've created this community where we can talk about it
Yeah.
and not be ashamed, not be embarrassed by anything. Um and I seriously wish that my mom had something like that when
Right.
she was going through it all. So, oh,
Uh,
the group name is Brain Aneurysm Warriors. Yeah.
there you go. All right.
Yeah.
Let's see. I, there was there's a question out here. Okay. This one here.
Do
This
I
one.
remember? Oh my goodness.
Wow.
I don't remember the first time. I know there was one time when my nephew was pretty small still. He was in the mood to throw pillows around, and a pillow ended up just flying over my head. And
Yes.
my sister, she's like, "Don't you dare throw pillows at like that. Don't you throw anything at your aunt's head," and all of this other stuff. Like, my sister was getting
Yeah. Yeah.
defensive about it. And I do remember my mom too. She's like, "Don't touch my head, don't touch my head."
Yeah.
I'm not like that. I obviously don't throw things at my head, but I have sensitivities with my head, obviously, but I I don't think that I've hit it on anything,
Good for you.
thankfully.
Right.
I think I'm too terrified to, like,
Yeah.
gonna put a helmet on to protect it from now
Yeah.
on.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you? Was it? Do you ever go, because I actually like doing it in the beginning, hated it, going to support groups like in person.
No,
You go
I haven't been able to find one that's close
in,
by
yeah,
because I can't drive long distances. So
yeah,
I'm close to Chicago, but I'm not gonna go up to Chicago at any time. So
yeah, yeah. I just maybe I I go to some around here because I can't drive far either. But
right.
we luckily have several rehab centers and hospitals, and I tell you, in the hospital, I don't know if they did this for you when you go to when you're inpatient, they wheel you into the like a group, and they're all stroke survivors, brain injury survivors, and I hid behind people because
Yeah.
I was embarrassed I had one. I don't know why, but now I go to there and I want to speak to let them know
Right.
things do get better. I can't promise how, but still, I mean, don't be ashamed. And I'm the one
Right.
speaking out there because I love it, just
Mhm.
because you want to
Definitely.
help somebody else.
Right. Right. That's basically why I started my own Facebook group, and I try my best to be supportive of everyone there. I just don't you're not alone. You're not
No,
alone. We're not judging you. We've all been there, and um you guys can, like, it's talk about whatever you want to talk about. Let us know what's going on, and definitely 100% you are not alone.
right, right,
Yeah.
yeah, right. I'm with you on that, Patricia. It's been a huge support group.
Mhm.
Helps us out.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, this is and yeah. So wow, quite the story. I know you've got.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're able to come on here and
I'm glad I'm
share.
able to come on here.
Yeah, are you missing anything that we haven't covered? Um,
Um I how your loved ones
yeah,
end up treating you afterwards. My dad still treats me the same way. My older sister still treats me the same way. Um, I still have absolutely no idea how my dad has gone through everything that he's gone through in his life, especially with his
yeah,
wife having a stroke from ruptured brain aneurysms, and then 27 years later his baby girl does the same thing. It's just, I look at him and I'm like, whenever I'm getting down and out, I look at him and I'm like, if he's gone through that and he's as silly as he is now still, because he'll be 74 on Saturday.
wow.
Whoa. um if he's gotten through all of that, there's nothing that I can't get through.
Right, right.
So
Yeah, he's a strong man,
he
obviously.
is.
Yeah,
He is.
yeah.
He's a
Wow.
tough guy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Wow. So did you? This is true stuff. I hear this almost 100% of the time, not 100%. Have you lost any friends or people that won't talk? They just maybe they don't know how to deal with it.
Oh
You know,
my goodness.
right?
It One thing that really, really irks me still to this day is when you're going through all of that, when you're fighting for your life and your loved ones don't know if you're going to make it, they come out of the woodwork with love, care, and support.
Yeah,
Once you're out of the hospital, most of them are just like, okay, she's back, and then go back to treating you how you were, it was before,
right.
and you don't hear from them as often.
Yeah,
And it's like, if you guys were that concerned about me, like, this is a lifelong experience.
yeah.
What Just because you've had a brain aneurysm, it's been treated. you're recovered in a sense that you don't need the hospital anymore, you still need support. That support is lifelong. But yeah, no, I've let go of a lot of people just
Yeah.
because they don't show support at all. And that's okay. That's okay. You guys were in my life for a reason and now you're not. And it's rough. It's some people are hard to let go, but then you get to the point where you feel your worth and they're not worth your worth anymore.
Yeah.
They don't need to be a part of your journey anymore.
Right.
And you learn to say goodbye to so many people just like that. And um you learn who the people that truly care about you are.
Yeah.
And that's a gift in itself
Yeah.
because you don't have to worry too much about the toxic people. And trust that I've had a lot of toxic people come up too, where it's like, oh, look at my friend. She survived all of this and I'm her friend. I've had people like that. It's like,
I
sit
understand.
down.
Yeah. I
and
understand that
and
completely.
even my friend Amelia, who's here, and Renee and BB, they've never met me in person, but they have been so supportive. Even Amelia, during September, where it's Brain Aneurysm Awareness Month, she got a hat that said that someone that she cares about is a brain aneurysm warrior, and she
Right.
wore it every time she streamed.
Nice.
And how incredible is that? Like
I
I
know.
just oh,
I know. That's so,
it's amazing.
yeah, crazy. I'm glad. I mean, I know I'm with you on that 100%. This is this is great. You got a lot of. I mean, I appreciate they all came out to support you and
Mhm.
everybody here. Thank you. This has been
Thank you. Thank you.
awesome.
Thank
Yeah.
you to everyone.
Yeah.
And
I
if you're
agree.
on YouTube, don't forget to like the stream to
Yeah.
get some more algorithm for you guys.
Yes. Exactly.
Like
So,
and subscribe.
woohoo! There it is.
Woo!
I see a lot of you out there who's on YouTube. But yeah, I saw it. I don't know if it was Amelia or somebody. Someone reached out to me because she said she doesn't like Twitch. I didn't even know what. I never knew what that is, but somebody
Yeah.
reached out to me from Twitch, and so I said, okay, I'll start throwing streaming on there too, because this is on Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, uh, X, Twitter. It's everywhere, and it'll be shared um, um, other places too.
Trust
But
that
people,
I'm gonna share it repeatedly. Like, look how famous I am, guys.
woohoo! Yeah, absolutely, exactly. Yeah, thumbs up help too. Thank you, Jana. Um, but yeah, I do. And Stephen, thank you. You smashed that. Thanks, Amelia. But yeah, I appreciate it again. If there are any last words you want to say out there and end with a bang,
My goodness.
you already had a bang in the
Right.
head. We all have that.
Let's have the productive bangs though. um my goodness, what do I say?
I know. See,
Ah,
you were doing great on
I
everything.
know. Just love
Got the tip of
yourself.
your tongue.
Yeah, love yourself.
Yeah,
Feel your worth. Share your journey. Bring up awareness
yeah.
and keep rocking, warriors. Keep rocking, warriors.
That's right. That's it. There we go. Yeah, that's a UT sign out here.
Yeah.
But Amelia, Kristin, Warrior Princess.
Yes.
That's it.
I should have wore
Love
my tiara.
it. Beautiful. But yeah, thank you again. I appreciate it.
Thank
And I
you.
appreciate all the people that hung
Yes.
around and, you know, thank you. And
Yes.
thank you for sharing your journey.
Thank
Quite
you
the journey.
for giving me the chance to share my journey.
Yeah, and we'll do it again.
Yeah, let's do it again.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Because I
Yay.
know what's going to happen. This happens a lot. Once we're done, you'll say, oh, I forgot to mention that.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Right.
typical. Yeah.
And I don't know how many people. I know Vanessa's really good at writing things down, and she's so sophisticated with her wording, and it's just, it brings big warm feelings. But with me, I'm like, I'm gonna just wing it. I don't know what's gonna happen. I'm just gonna wing it.
I do
So,
the same thing.
mm-hmm. Right.
You know, yeah. So wonderful job. And I appreciate your friends and all the ones out here. The
Yes, very
support.
much appreciated.
Yeah,
You
me
guys
too.
rock.
Yeah,
And you rock
absolutely.
too, Jerry.
Thank you. You are. This has been, it's been wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great thing. So, but stay tuned for Tuesday. Our next show is Tuesday. So Tuesday and Thursday, 10 a.m. Central Time. So
Awesome.
appreciate it. And I see
Awesome.
you guys. Thank you. Appreciate it again. And we'll see you next time. And go to your group.
Yeah,
What's
Facebook
it?
Warriors. Or
There it is.
Facebook, Brain Aneurysm Warriors on Facebook.
So yeah, yeah. You guys have to request to be on there, or if you
Yeah.
join the group.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. Kara, nice to see you. Oh, nice to see everybody. Yes, you do rock, Jerry. Yes, my daughter's sister-in-law.
Yeah.
Patricia, this is crazy. Love it. Well, thank you again, and
Mhm.
you guys being here. It's been awesome. And yes, yes, we'll look for you on YouTube. Yep, subscribe, just like
Yep.
Kristen says. Subscribe, hit the notification button, and like it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I know you're right, Stephen. Well, thank you again. You guys all have a great holiday. Well, yeah,
Yeah.
Tuesday the next one, but then next day will be
Christmas.
Christmas. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll talk to you